A spring nor'easter is headed our way on this Wednesday, April 3rd. I'm Jasmine Anderson. We could see up to 3 inches of rain along with strong winds and coastal flooding. Meteorologist Rich Von Olin joins us in the studio with the latest. Rich, what's the timing on all of this?
Yeah, another doozy, Jasmine. This one's going to hit us big time this afternoon into the evening, and this is going to produce a lot of wind, like you said, heavy rain, coastal flooding, the whole deal across Long Island. So you got to be ready for this yet again. You can see the storm cranking now. Hasn't really even gotten strong just yet. It's going to be that low over Chicago that then becomes a low south of Long Island across New Jersey. That's really going to pump up this storm, the waves, the winds, the rain. It's just not going to be a very pleasant evening and nighttime here across the island. So we'll detail it for you, time it out, tell you all about this spring nor'easter headed our way.
All right, Rich, thank you. LI votes. President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump won the presidential primaries in New York. Voter turnout was low across the island yesterday. Both candidates have already clinched their party's nomination. Biden and Trump also won primaries in Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Wisconsin, adding to their delegate hauls for their party conventions this summer. First in Newsday, new toxic concerns at a former Northrop Grumman Aerospace dumping ground in Nassau. 6 chemical drums were unearthed beneath Bethpage Community Park in recent days. Contractors made the discovery while drilling a well. The DEC is trying to determine the extent of contamination and whether there are more drums buried. Grumman says they're working with the state to address the situation. We're working to get more information after dozens of animals were removed from a Ronkonkoma home. Take a look at this here. Suffolk SPCA officers executed a search warrant at a home on Motor Parkway yesterday. At least 24 dogs, 5 cats, and 6 parrots were found inside in what was described as poor living conditions. The animals were examined by vets. No word yet on whether the owner is facing any charges. The man who gunned down a former Uniondale High School sports star is headed to prison. 20-year-old Kyle Colthurst was sentenced yesterday to 25 years to life behind bars. Prosecutors say he shot and killed 24-year-old Kyle Midling during a botched marijuana robbery in 2021. Here's what his father had to say after the sentencing.
Well, I don't think it would ever be enough to bring a child back or a family member. And it was done basically for nothing. If you listened in court, that's what everybody spoke about, how much he didn't mind helping people and how hard he worked. And he was always like that.
Colthurst's defense team plans to appeal. 3 other men are also facing charges in the killing. Only in Newsday, a former Merrick pediatrician has been ordered to pay $27 million to a woman who accused him of sexual abuse. Now, this is the second judgment against Stuart Copperman. He was ordered to pay $22 million to another woman last August. His medical license was revoked in 2000 following over 100 allegations of sexual abuse against him. First in Newsday, a former Suffolk nursing home could soon become a jail for youth offenders. County officials are in talks to buy the former John J. Foley nursing home property in Yaphank. Suffolk closed the facility in 2013 and sold it 3 years later. County lawmakers are ready to offer up to $6.2 million for the 5-story, 264-bed facility. A surprise 100th birthday celebration for a Long Island World War II veteran. Macy Egland has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
A surprise celebration at the Glen Cove Senior Center for Captain Hugh Stevens, who's celebrating his 100th birthday.
He keeps getting younger as he gets older. It's pretty amazing.
Captain Stevens of Glen Cove served as a merchant marine in World War II in his 20s. He went on to have 4 children and teach at SUNY Maritime, retiring at the age of 97 and a half. His former students lovingly calling the Marine Transportation professor the living legend.
I just calculated I taught 3,900 cadets in 13 years. Because if the students like you and you like them, you know, it's an everyday love fest.
That passion helping to keep him young, along with a healthy lifestyle.
I never drank. I never smoked. I didn't go out with wild women. And I walked all the time.
7 years ago, Captain Stevens met his partner, Mary Ann Zapula, and the two immediately hit it off.
93? I thought maybe he was 80, but he was 93. So I had to sit and think. And then I said, you know, he's 93, but he's still got game. And here we are today.
And the two have a lot of living left to do. This June, they'll be taking an all-expenses-paid trip to Normandy for the 80th commemoration ceremony of D-Day with other World War II veterans.
He's had some setbacks, but he's got such a positive attitude that he brushes them all off and he goes forward, one speed ahead.
Reporting for NewsdayTV, I'm Macy Eglund.
Happy birthday. You can read more about Captain Hugh Stevens on Newsday.com. Just click Get More below the NewsdayTV video box. Candle making for a cause. Virginia Huey has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
It's coming from our hearts.
Amy Musacchio and fellow AHRC clients put a lot of love and care into every candle they make for a new business called Shine the Light.
Today I've been labeling candles and cleaning them and putting the bottom labels on them.
The money raised from candle sales will help pay for the construction of a wheelchair-accessible playground in Farmingville for the League of Yes. For more than a decade, the Baseball League has been giving children with disabilities the chance to play ball.
And while they're raising money for the playground, Shine the Light is also helping AHRC clients build skills that'll help them find jobs in the future.
People that have development disabilities, it's really hard for them to find employment. I think a lot of times people have an assumption because you have a disability that you can't work. The workers here are phenomenal.
Opportunities like this help them to experience what it's like to actually be out in the community, to know what it's like to interact with customers and coworkers and supervisors.
I am so proud.
Amy says the job training has given her confidence to enter the workforce.
It makes me happy when I'm independent and be on my own.
In Hauppauge, I'm Virginia Huey for Newsday TV.
Great story. Virginia, thank you. Read more exclusive stories like this on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Newsday Sports is brought to you by King O'Rourke Automotive Group.
Newsday Sports, the Islanders rally in the third period to beat Chicago and inch closer to a playoff position. Andrew Gross reports.
The task at hand for the Islanders is quite simple. They just have to keep winning. There's very little margin of error now. With 7 games remaining in the regular season, the Islanders got a huge win on Tuesday night at UBS Arena, rallying for 2 goals in the third period against Chicago for a 2-1 win. That brought them within 2 points of the third-place Flyers in the Metropolitan Division for a playoff spot, and within 1 point of the Capitals for the Eastern Conference's second wild card spot. However, the Capitals have played 1 fewer game, and while the Islanders have played 1 fewer game than the Flyers, the issue is wins. The Islanders simply have fewer wins than any of the other teams competing for the final playoff spots in the Eastern Conference. However, the Islanders do need to produce more offense. To do so, Coach Patrick Waugh reunited Bo Horvat and Matthew Barzal on the top line against Chicago. It did not result in a 5-on-5 goal. However, Barzal did set up Horvat for a crucial power play goal early in the third period to start the Islanders' comeback. The Islanders squeezed into the playoffs last season on the season's final game. They're trying to make another strong run down the stretch. For Newsday TV, I'm Andrew Gross.
Andrew, thank you. You can read more about the Islanders. Just click Get More below the Newsday TV video box on our homepage. An update now on the wind and rain. Meteorologist Rich Von Olin, what's the latest on this?
All right, Jasmine, still a pretty bad storm headed our way as we go throughout later Wednesday into early Thursday. A coastal flood warning up. That'll take us right through midday Thursday for the entire island. Tides 2 to 3 feet above normal. High wind warning. We've seen this before until Thursday morning, and also a flood watch everywhere across the island with some pretty heavy rain, maybe 1 to 2+ inches of rain coming down. This storm across Chicago is going to reform right there, right across New Jersey, just south of Long Island. When you see that happen, that's a nor'easter. That's a developing and strengthening low pressure like we typically see in wintertime with the blizzards. This is going to be a rainstorm, a lot of wind, a lot of rain, and then after that, it's slow to kind of clear out. It's going to take till maybe Saturday as this pesky storm just spins around, and there'll be some bands of some showers and some rain, and also cool conditions throughout the weekend. So Futurecast taking a short term right throughout Wednesday evening, the hot time, the worst time between about 5 p.m. and midnight Wednesday as the rain cranks up, yellow, orange, and red. Look at all this stuff on the map here. That could be some thunderstorms, heavy downpours, gusty winds up to 50, 60 miles per hour. So again, drive time, just watch yourself here throughout the Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, and then it starts to move away. So Thursday, it's just a scattered shower day. Still cool, still in the 40s, and rainfall amounts, again, 1 to 3 inches. It's been a very wet few months here across the island here. Winds cranking from the east, anywhere between 20 and 40, gusts to 50 or 60 miles per hour. Could bring down some power lines and some tree limbs, so watch for that. High tides, got to watch these across the island. Again, 2 cycles coming up. You have the evening cycle, which could cause some coastal flooding in the bays across Long Island, and also another cycle into Thursday morning where the coastal flooding could persist. Does it get any better? Does the weather get nicer? It's April, supposed to be better, right? Not too much for Thursday, Friday, still some scattered showers, some wind, and then we start to see some changes later Saturday. The pick of the weekend is going to be Sunday, a lot sunnier, north wind coming down. And hey, we have the eclipse, that solar eclipse here for Monday. Right now across New York, across Long Island, looks like good viewing. Keep our fingers crossed that forecast holds. But again, temperatures slowly recovering back to where they should be, supposed to be mid-50s. We'll get there throughout the weekend into early next week. 40s, though, throughout the evening. Tonight, we got some rain, heavy rain and wind, so not good at all. It does get better. We have hope on the way for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, throughout the eclipse next week, some mid to upper 50s. Sun is back at it. Until then, though, we got some stormy weather throughout the evening.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Fire Island Ferries.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Try to stay dry out there, everybody. Be safe. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon.